Question is that how tags help sequestering more carbon really comes to the fundamentals of how do you grow more soil carbon using grazing management as your tool, and that is we grow more grass. So the insights in terms of being able to tailor and get better grazing management so that you are maximizing your pasture utilization comes down to ensuring that you're growing the most amount of grass you can for your particular enterprise. And that growing more grass is that virtuous cycle of not only feed for above ground herd, but getting taller plants, more leaf area, greater amount of photosynthesis happening per hectare, driving deeper roots, and that root impact on the local microbial community means you've got more microbes, like healthier, more bacteria, healthier fungi, more earthworms, more almost biologically creating soil in real time. Now, why do deeper roots matter? It really comes down to effective rainfall. We can't control how much rain falls on each hectare, but management has a huge impact on infiltration rates, so how much rain actually goes into the soil, and then how much is held by that soil. And so that increasing insight in terms of the local I always get the local water cycle is what I'm going to say. The local water cycle and microclimate becomes super important. So what this is doing is giving that lens to be able to examine how grazing is performing, how you are growing more grass, and being able to track more of those metrics like effective rainfall, like water holding capacity. The other cycle that we're really starting to lean into and understand far more about is soil organic nitrogen. So healthier soils, more worm activity also creates more gaseous interactions, so soils that breathe. So, and conceptualizing soils that breathe is not only good for water infiltration, rainfall infiltration, but it also speaks to how that microbial population is accessing the 7.5 tons of nitrogen above every square meter just by the nitrogen content in the atmosphere. So we'll always get caught up on the fact that we breathe oxygen, we do, but the atmosphere is not pure oxygen, 78% nitrogen. So being able to have breathing soils in terms of that atmospheric exchange and the ability for microbes to fix nitrogen. I was doing some calculations like backcasting in terms of for every carbon credit you create, you're actually speaking to something like 30 kilograms of nitrogen that you fixed per hectare. Because that source of nitrogen, if you're not putting in nitrogen, and you're still growing lots of grass, and nitrogen has to come from somewhere. It's being biologically fixed through a healthy microbial community. So these are some of these other value adds that we're really now leaning into now that we have that data of performance and track record, to better understand what does biological pathways to production, what are those co-benefits, what do healthy soils actually deliver, and how to quantify that. So that, again, that comes back into the tools that we have at our disposal is better managing that above ground herd. The tags give you, like 20/20 vision as to how your herd is performing. So that is that real interface between using insights from smart tags to better grazing management.